Greetings, one and all. So we are now on tutorial sheet 6, question 12. And this question is saying TPPY investment in research and development has given it a technological and cost advantage in manufacturing a previously difficult to make electronic component. The firm is now experiencing rapid growth due to the advantages it now enjoys over its competitors. It estimates growth rates of 14% next year, 13% in the following year, and 11% the year after that. It believes that its competitors would have improved their own processes by the fourth year, at which time it expects its growth rates to decrease to a constant rate of 6% thereafter. Its last dividend was $2.10 per share, and we are to assume the cost of capital is 12%. What is the terminal or horizon value? What is the value of the stock today, P0? And what is the value of the stock at year 1, P1? I'm going to now turn over to Huon Chemist, Oisin Watson, Annalisa Dryden, Tony and Dyer, Akila Aikens, and Monique Edward, who will take us through the solution for this question.
Good night, everyone. We'll be discussing question number 12. I am Tony and Dyer.
I'm Akila Aikens.
I'm Oisin Watson.
I'm Annalisa Jordan.
I'm Monique Edwards.
And I'm Huon Chemist.
Okay, so question number 12 reads, TPPY investment in research and development has given it a technological and cost advantage in manufacturing a previously difficult to make electronic component. The firm is now experiencing rapid growth due to the advantages it now enjoys over its competitors. It estimates growth rates of 14% next year, 13% in the following year, and 11% the year after that. It believes that its competitors would have improved their own processes by the fourth year, at which time it expects its growth rates to decrease to a constant of 6% thereafter. Its next dividend is projected to be $2.10 per share. Assume the cost of capital is 12%. What is the terminal or horizon value? We'll now hand over to Akila Aikens.
Okay, thank you, Tony. And at first, we need to know what is terminal value, but we need to find the value of all the dividends for the supernormal growth period. So first, we want to know what is D1, but D1 is D0, 1 plus the growth rate, which is equal to 2.10 times the 1 plus the 14%, which is equal to 2.394. D2 is D1, 1 plus the growth rate, which is equal to 2.394, open bracket 1 plus the 13%, which is 0.13, which is equal to 2.705. D3 is D2, open bracket, 1 plus the growth rate, which is 2.705 times the 1 plus the 11%, which is equal to 3.002. And the D4 is D3, open bracket 1 plus the growth rate, which is equal to 3.002, open bracket 1 plus the 0.06, which is the 6%, and its constant, which is equal to 3.183. I will now hand over to Tony Ann.
Okay, so KS means the cost of capital, which is 12%, and G means the growth rate, which is 6%, as was shown in the question up above. So TV means terminal value. So the terminal value is equal to D4, which is the last dividend, which is then divided by KS, which is the cost of capital, which is 12%, which is the cost minus the growth rate, which is 6%. So the TV will then be equal to 3.183 divided by 0.12 minus 0.006. So the 3.183 divided by 0.06 will be given a TV of 53.05. We'll now hand over to Oisin and Annalisa.
Okay, good night, everyone. This step 2 of the supernormal growth we'll be doing is finding the present value of the equation. The formula is PV equal FV divided by 1 plus R raised to the number of years. So the formula is PO equal D1 divided by 1 plus R raised to the number of years plus D2 divided by 1 plus R raised to the number of years plus D3 divided by 1 plus R raised to the number of years plus the TV, which is found in I divided by 1 plus R raised to the number of years. I will now hand over to Oshane.
Okay, thank you, Annalisa. Okay, so question I asked us to find the value of the stock today, and the value of the stock is represented by PO. This is step 2 of the supernormal growth module. Okay, so in this module, we have to find the sum of all the PVs, and that's the present values, right? So the present value formula, as stated by Annalisa, is FV divided by 1 plus R to the power of the number of years. Okay, so FV here indicates the dividends for each year. Okay, so in order to find PO, we're using the future dividend, so we have to use D1. So we start with D1, right? So here it's going to be 2.39 that was found in I above divided by 1 plus 0.2. 0.2 here is the 12% capital. So that is the required growth rate that we'll be using straight throughout the formula. So it's 2.39 divided by 1 plus 0.12 to the power of 1, because we're looking at year 1, divided by, plus 2.70 divided by 1.12 to the power of 2, which is year 2, plus 3.00 divided by 1.12 to the power of 3, year 3, plus 53, which is the TV that we found above for year 4, divided by 1.12 to the power of 3, and that gives us 2.13 plus 2.15 plus 2.14 plus 37.73, which gives a value of $44.15. We'll now hand over to Monique Edwards and Yuan Chemist.
All right, thank you. Okay, so the question asks, what is the value of the stock at P1? We discounted the dividends up to the end of the supernormal growth period plus a terminal value. We then determined to find P1 to be divided by 1 plus KS, which is required growth rate. The formula is then P1 equal D2 divided by 1 plus KS raised to the number of years plus D3 divided by 1 plus KS raised to the number of years plus a terminal value divided by 1 plus KS raised to the number of years. I will now hand over to Huan.
Thanks, Monique. Okay, so now we're going to plug in the respective figures into the formula. D2 being $2.70 divided by 1.12 raised to the power 1 plus D3, which is $3 divided by 1.12 raised to the power 2, and the TV value being $53 divided by 1.12 raised to the power 2. And that gave us to be $2.41 plus $2.39 plus $42.25. When we sum all the respective values, we got $47.05. And this concludes our presentation on question 12. Thank you for listening.
All right, thank you for that presentation. We're now going to turn over to Keon Legg, Kimberly Davidson, Brianna Bromfield, Bethany Craig, Damali Brown, and Christina Christian, who will take us through they'll give us their take on this solution.
Good morning, Mr. Gordon. This is a group for the class. Here for tutorial 6, here we have Damali Brown, Brianna Bromfield, Christiana Christian, Kimberly Davidson, and Keon Legg. This group had conducted or did the question number 12. And as you can see, the questions on the board, and we have part I, which asks for the terminal or horizon value. To begin with, we will define what is terminal value, which is the value of an asset, business, or project beyond the forecasted period when future cash flows can be estimated. The terminal value assumes a business will grow at a set growth rate forever after the forecasted period. Terminal value often comprises a large percentage of the total assessed value to the price of the stock at the end of the supernormal growth, which is the second step in the supernormal module. Kimberly will now proceed to finish off this question with the working out.
So as we stated, G equals 14% for the next year, 13% following year, and 11% for the year after, and 6%. B0 equal to 2.1 and K equal to 12. When put into the formula, for each, B1 will be equal to 2.39, B2, 2.7, B4, 3.17, and B3 would equal to D3 would be equal to 2.997. The terminal value will be equal to 53 when working out 3.17 divided by 0.12 minus 0.06, which will be equal to 53. I'll now hand over to part 2.
Okay, so for part 2, I'll just pick up back where the previous person said that they got 53. So what I did was find the present value of price 4, which would be 53.05 divided by 112 raised to the power of 3, which gives the answer 37.76. And then I find P0, which would be 6.43 plus 37.76 to give the answer 44.19.
So part 3, so we have to begin with D2, the dividend. 2.70 the cost, which is going to be
So P1 will be equal to 2.70 divided by 1.12 plus 2.99 divided by 1.12 raised to the power of 2 plus 53 divided by 1.12 raised to the power of 2.
Doing those calculations, you will arrive at 2.41 plus 2.39 plus 42.25, resulting at $47.05.
So that's it for question 12. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you for that presentation. We now move on to the last group, which is Vanessa Williams, Satania Jarrett, Michaela Bakeru, Sandrine Smith, Handel Blake, and Jason Harris. So take it away, guys.
Good morning or good night, Mr. Gordon. So we are gathered here to do question 12 of tutorial sheet 6. My name is Michaela Bakeru.
My name is Jason Harris.
I'm Satania Jarrett.
I'm Vanessa Williams.
I'm Sandrine Smith.
Okay, so, and we have another group member. His name is Handel Blake, but he was having internet issues. His section was D2. He gave us the answer for that. We're just going to type it here. I'll be sharing my screen and my fellow group members will be giving me the answers for their parts. And I just type it on my screen. Also, my division sign is not working. So where you see, we're going to substitute it for the exclamation sign. So where you see that, it means divide. Just for clarity. All right, let's begin. D1 equal to D0 times 1 plus G1, which is equal to 2.10 times 1 plus 14, which is equal to 2.394. D2, this was Handel's part. D1 times 1 plus G2, which is equal to 2.394 times 1 plus G2 equals 2.705. D3.
All right, D3 will be presented by Jason. So D3 equals D2 times 1 plus G3. And this will equal to 2.705 times 1 plus 0.11. And the total answer is 3.002.
Hi.
The terminal value will be presented by Vanessa. So we have P3 equal D4 divided by KS minus G equal D3 bracket 1 plus G divided by kg minus equal 3.002 bracket 1 plus 0.6 divided by 0.12 minus 0.6 equals 3.182 times 0.6
Divide by.
divide by equal 53.035.
Okay, so part 2 will be presented by Sandrine. So P0 would be equal to 2.39 divided by 1.12 plus 2.70 divided by 1.12 to the second power.
Question, you want to work that address? Let me put it because the laptop don't have the.
Use an apostrophe to indicate that it's raised.
Mm-hmm.
That not work either. So I'll just put the 2 here for place. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. All right. Plus 3.00 divided by 1.12 to the third power plus 53 plus 53 divided by 1.12 to the third power. Okay, so that will equal to 2.39 over 1.12.
It's already there. You see in the screen?
Yes, I'm seeing the screen.
So this is the division sign, the 2.39 over the 1, 2. So I would need to type this part again.
No. All right, let me just give you the figure for that one. All right, so that would be 2.1340. Yes, plus 2.70 divided by 1.2544
Okay.
plus 3 divided by 1.404,928 plus 53 divided by 1.404,928. And that would equal to about 4.15.
Okay. Part 3.
Okay, so part 3 will be done by Satania. P1 is equal to, hold on, 2.70.
Come again?
2.70 divided by 1.1 3.00 plus 3.00 1.12, sorry. No, just 1.2. Take out, yeah, 1.12 plus 3.00 divided by 1.12 raised to the second power. And then 53 plus 53 divided by 1.12 raised to the second power. Which is equal to 2.41 plus plus 2.39 plus plus 42.25, which is equal to 47.05 or 47.1. So that would be the answer for P1 question part 3, the value of the stock.
Okay. And sir, this would conclude our answers for part 12. Yep. That's it, guys.
All right, thank you, guys. So I'm now just going to wrap things up by giving my perspective on the question. So we were given the growth rates, the supernormal growth rates, 14%, 13%, 11%, and also the long-term growth rate of 6%. We were told that the last dividend, let me just go back to that. So the last dividend paid was $2.10, and the cost of capital is 12%. So last dividend, because it's in the past, we know that that is D0. So D0 is 210. Now step 1 says calculate the dividends for the supernormal growth years and find their total present value. So let's go through finding the dividends. So 14% for the first year. So we are saying D1, the dividend for year 1, will simply be the $2.10 D0 multiplied by 1 plus 14%. Right, that gives us $2.39. For year 2, we'll increase that by a further 13%. So multiply the $2.39 by 1 plus 13%, and that gives us $2.70. For year 3, we have $2.70 multiplied by 1 plus 11%, and that gives us $3. So these are our dividends for the supernormal growth period. Next, we want to find their total present value. So to find the present value, we're simply discounting each of these to year 0. So for the year 1 dividend, we divide the $2.39 by 1.12 to the first power. And the 0.12 is the 12%, that is our cost of capital. For the year 2 dividend, $2.70, we divide it by 1.12 to the second power. And for the year 3 dividend of $3, we divide by 1.12 to the third power to get a total present value of $6.42. Now on to step 2. For step 2, we calculate the terminal value, which is the same as the horizon value. And this represents the expected price at the end of the supernormal growth years. We are also to find the present value of that amount. So here we have it. P3. Right? Why do we say P3? Because there are 3 supernormal growth years. We have D1, D2, and D3. So we want the price at the end of year 3, which is P3. So P3 is equal to the future dividend, which would be the year after, D4, over K minus G. Since we didn't calculate D4, we can now calculate it as D3 multiplied by 1 plus G. So we have $3 multiplied by 1 plus 6%, the long-term growth rate, over the cost of capital 12%, minus the long-term growth rate of 6%. And this works out to a terminal value of $53. All right, next, we want to find the present value of that $53. So since it is year 3, we are going to divide by 1.12 to the third power. And we get a value of $37.72. Now to wrap things up, we have step 3, which is simply to add the results from step 1 and 2. So we have $6.42 plus $37.72 is equal to $44.14. Alright, so that is P0, the intrinsic value of the stock, or the expected value of the stock right now, which is year 0. Next, we are to find P1, the value of the stock at year 1. But before we do that, I just want to put things in perspective. So I'm showing a timeline here where we have the year 1 dividend. So this is saying in year 1 you expect to get a dividend of $2.39. In year 2 you expect to get another dividend of $2.70. And in year 3 you expect to get a dividend of $3, along with being able to sell the stock at that time for $53. So these are your expected future cash flows. For P0, we discount everything to year 0. So for the year 1 dividend, we divide by 1.12 to the power 1 to discount it by 1 year. For the year 2 dividend, we divide by 1.12 to the power 2. And year 3, we divide by 1.12 to the power 3. Both amounts, both the $3 and the $53, to give us the total value now of $44.14. So for P1, let me go back a bit. For P1, we want the value at year 1. So we are only concerned in the expected future dividends. So the future dividends would be, at year 1, in the future, would be $2.70, $3, and $53. Right, so we no longer consider the $2.39. So here we go. We discount everything to year 1 to find the value at year 1. So $2.70, we discount it for 1 year to bring it back to year 1. $2.70 divided by 1.12 to the power 1. For year 3, the $3 and the $53 are both divided by 1.12 to the power 2, because they're coming back 2 years to year 1. And that gives us a total value at year 1 of $47.05. Right, so P1, the expected price at year 1, is $47.05. Alright, so that's my take on the solution. All the best, guys. I hope everyone gets it and you're able to master this question in the exam. Everybody should be able to get 100% for this question. Alright, all the best, and we'll talk.